1, 2, 3.
For me? A surprise party?
Good one.
Yes, it's a classic for a reason. Excellent work. I'm a copy.
All right, hey, we're live. Steven usually watches us live, but I don't think he can because he's in a meeting over at the ASBA office, which we are also in, so just the other room. Yeah, we're here live from the world headquarters, as Dr. Olga likes to say. So I'm here with my friends, Lee and Morgan, obviously. Time for our weekly Friday update. Got the green screen back. Brooke's back. So we'll have our regular funny video on Monday. But we don't have much to talk about this week. We'll make it quick. We have a few bills that passed and one that failed, and it's okay. So Lee will talk about the two that passed. I'll do one, and then Morgan will tell you about the sad death of House Bill 2693.
Yeah, so we just working through some third read calendars, no more committee. It's very slow, trickling pace of the bills left. So the couple that passed this week we were invested in was 1256, the procurement bill. Passed out of the Senate, onto the governor. We're really happy about that. And 1073 as well, which was the consolidation bill that would require that if districts consolidate, that the CTE agreement that existed previously continues on. It also had the provision we were concerned about with the repeal of allowing those elections, and that has been amended. So now the automatic repeal goes in 2022. So we're officially neutral. That was a fine compromise, and so yeah, those are two more down. We're getting closer.
1256 too, that's the lowest qualified bidder. So lowest qualified bidder will be repealed in auto rotation. So on to 1346, which is the other bill that passed this week. Big deal.
Big deal.
Two things. One, menu of assessments. So on the menu, there was all that rigmarole about 3-8 menu not being authorized by the feds, and also that the high school menu needed some adjustment. Senate Bill 1346 was the solution to that. So the governor has signed it, which means the state board will be able to make these necessary adjustments for 1920 and 2021. Also appended to that bill was the repeal of the quote-unquote no promo homo statute. So we have some special guests. Oh, we have to get lower. Woo! Steven's not in the picture.
Gotta get down one. Gotta get everyone included.
So everybody say hello to the ASBA Executive Committee. They were here for a meeting.
They're matching shirts.
Yeah. That's right. They wanted to be in on the magic of live update. So there you go. Yeah. No, you're welcome. You can stay. Yeah, Steven's watching it. Steven's watching it live for real this time. And then, so those two were in the same bill, been signed by the governor. Also included in that was another bill about community of dual enrollment reporting, which was pretty mostly technical and inconsequential, but that's in there as well. So signed by the governor. The other one that we were watching that was busy this week, House Bill 2693, did not meet with the same fate of passage. Why don't you tell us about that, Morgan?
Well, 2693, like we've talked about before, was the bill that was going to allow loaded guns to be on campus if it was in your car. And that basically, it went through, they pulled it from the consent calendar to talk about it in Cal, and then they subsequently put it on the third read calendar. So it ended up failing 15-14, one not voting. Bowie was going to be a no, so obviously, so that ended up not going through. Pretty surprised about that one. Very excited about that one, but surprised nonetheless. So that one died, and that's probably the last of the egregious bills that we're really worried about.
Well, there's a couple out there on some of the Red for Ed stuff about teacher expression in the classroom. teacher discipline. We're watching those, and then
And
also
Fillmore's consolidation special as well,
yep,
which hasn't moved so far, but
yep. Those are pretty much the last two that we're like super edgy about. The other one that's up that we're still watching for is teacher evaluation, so that's still out there. And what else? That's pretty much it off the top of my head. Yes, that we're really concerned about. Just a quick update if you've seen the news. Tobacco. We had a meeting on that yesterday. Lee was at that meeting. Suffice it to say, there's not an agreement on tobacco, although even the proponents have agreed to the amendments that get rid of the part that would restrict school districts from prohibiting tobacco on campus. But we still have some questions to work out with preemption, so we're still keeping an eye on that. The other interests that are against that bill, that had their own bills, the Cancer Society, the Heart Association, they still have some other big issues. But
our concern with the preemption is that it could counteract any local zoning ordinance. So if in your city you can't sell tobacco within 1,000 feet of a school, for example, this preemption would make that null and void. So there still are some latent concerns about tobacco on campus, even though the main one has been taken out. So we'll keep you posted how that goes.
And that bill is Senate Bill 1147. Right. All right. So that's pretty much it. That's what we're keeping an eye on. There's about 50 total that are still out there, maybe a little bit less. Those are some of the ones we've been looking at. We will be back next week with another update on what's transpired since this week. So funny how time works. So have yourself a nice weekend, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye.